Hi everyone. Today is Recreation Inspiration, so let's get started on some awesome DIYs. DIY number 1, a winter mitten. The supplies needed include air-dried clay, a mold of your choice, gold rub and buff, ribbon, an eye screw, celery chalk paint, wood glue, a pattern of a mitten, jewel, an X-Acto knife. This vintage-inspired mitten ornament was inspired by Kimberly A. Peterman. She was featured in the magazine at Somerset Holiday, but she has an Etsy store at elegantornamentgifts.etsy.com. So check her out. She has made some fabulous mittens. I found a free pattern of a mitten. I printed it and sized it as a Christmas ornament. In other words, not too big and not too small. The air-dried clay is warmed in my hands. It's really good to do that first, to just kind of massage it a little bit so it gets warm. And then it is rolled out flat. The pattern is put on top of the clay and the mitten is cut out with an X-Acto knife. After 24 hours of drying time, the mitten is ready to decorate. Now, one of the things that I learned is that you want to make sure that your mitten is flat. It lays flat. You don't want the sides to curl up. So you may have to put something a little heavy on it. Not too heavy because you don't want to flatten it anymore. Also, when the air-dried clay is soft, you want to twist the eye hook in the clay. And you can hook it in the middle or on the side. I decided to do mine on the side. Also, you need about 24 hours of drying time. After that, then the mitten is ready to decorate. Now, the decorative mold was formed and set aside at the same time that I made the mitten. And so they will dry at the same time, and then you can put them all together at the same time. Now, the mitten is painted with a celery acrylic chalk paint and allowed to dry. And the decorative mold is placed on top of the mitten and glued with wood glue. I have looked at other types of glue, and reptile adhesive may work, but I know several people who work with the mold say that wood glue is the best to adhere it to any surface. After that, I put some gold rub and buff to highlight the motif, and also it is put along the sides of the glove. But still, it was kind of plain, and I thought something was missing. So I found a snowflake stencil, and I stenciled several snowflakes on the glove, and I think it looks so much better. So how did I do, Kimberly? Now, Recreation Inspiration is hosted by 6 kids and a glue gun and Crafty Art Shack. And the co-host is Crafting in Mima's World. These women are super crafters and can make anything go from drab to glad. Be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment on their channels. And the link to their channels is in the description box below. And there are other collaborators sharing their gifts of crafting. So don't forget to subscribe, like, save, and comment on their channels also. And the link to the playlist is in the description box below. DIY number 2, a leaf Thanksgiving bowl. The supplies needed include a leaf, and that is a real leaf from outside, or a leaf pattern, air-dried clay, and bright gold spray paint, some plastic wrap, and a bowl. Now, Thanksgiving seems to be a forgotten holiday, so I'm going to highlight this leaf bowl with a twist. This was inspired by Stacy Reisenmay. She did a short on how to make this bowl. Now, mine is a little bit different because I used a paper pattern versus a real leaf. Then again, I warmed the clay in my hands and then I rolled it into a flat layer. Then I put my paper pattern on top and then I cut out the pattern of the leaf with an X-Acto knife. Now, the good thing about this, you can use your X-Acto knife and cut around the leaf and it turns out just as well as with a real leaf. So when I was done, I laid some plastic wrap over a bowl. Then I put the leaf on top. This is a clay leaf on top to make the bowl shape. Because if you want it like a bowl, you have to put it on something with that shape because it will dry exactly as you put it. So once it was dry, I took it outside to spray it with a bright gold Rust-Oleum paint, and you let it dry. Now, what I'm going to use this for Thanksgiving is I will use it as a thankfulness bowl. Put what you are thankful for in the leaf bowl. Now, how is that? DIY number 3, a Snowman Shaker. The supplies needed include discarded packing tape roll, wood beads, Christmas tree, plastic beads, and this is for the snow, and some fuzzy fabric from Dollar Tree, reptile adhesive, an eye hook, clear plastic vinyl, and ribbon if you want to hang it. It doesn't have to hang, it can sit on your desk. Now, this was inspired by many things that I've seen over the years, and I just came across something that Milagros C. Riviera did call Winter Wonderland. I will highlight her channel, Relics and Artifacts, though I think it's been a while since she uploaded, so she may not have that channel anymore. However, she is on Instagram, and I will put what her handle is here on YouTube. I started making these shaker packing tape rolls about 2 months ago, and I've made about 4 of them, and this will be number 5. The packing tape roll was painted white and allowed to dry. And then I took the fuzzy fabric that I purchased from Dollar Tree and cut it to size. Now, I did use reptile adhesive because it has good adherence, and the fabric was glued to the outside of the roll. And I made the snowman out of beads a while back, so what you are going to do is get 3 beads, and they can be a larger one at the bottom and a medium and a smaller one at the top. And then you can paint them white and, decorate them. So I am not going to go through all that, but you take the snowman that you make and you hot glue it to the inside of the roll. A Christmas tree from Dollar Tree was placed beside the snowman. And then a round piece of vinyl was glued to one side of the shaker, and snow beads were put inside. Once the beads were inside, then you can close the other side. And at the top of the roll, I twisted in an eye screw. Then I took some ribbon and just threaded it through the eye hook. And you can use it in a couple of different ways. You can hang it on a tree, or you can just set it on your desk or any other space that you have in your home. Now, Milagros has done one of these in paper, like paper crafting, and it is really pretty if you go to the book that she is highlighted in, which is Somerset Holiday. DIY number 4, air-dried snowflake. The supplies needed include air-dried clay, silver spray paint, stencil, white acrylic paint, jewels, and a cookie cutter. Now this is another ornament that was inspired by Stacy Reisenmay. She made snowflake ornaments out of air-dried clay. I am also making an air-dried snowflake, but somewhat different. I love how snowflakes glisten in the sun and I can see various colors. So this one is going to be silver. And the air-dried clay was warmed in my hands and rolled flat about 1/4 of an inch thick. And then I looked in my stash and I found a snowflake cookie cutter. And this was used to make the impression. In addition, I punched an opening at the top to thread the ribbon through. And once it was dry, I took it outside, sprayed it silver on both sides. Then I took a stencil, it was a round stencil, and dabbed white acrylic paint around the snowflake. Lastly, I began gluing jewels all around the snowflake for the glistening effect. Finally, a thin gray ribbon was threaded through the opening and hung on the tree. So have you subscribed yet? Hit that button now. Now we have a winner from the Napkin Challenge. Are you ready? The winner is Honeybee 1969 TC. Congratulations. She has a mystery gift in a bag that is covered in a napkin. Now, if you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. Help me reach my goal of 1,500. When I get there, a prize will be awarded to someone who's a subscriber. So if you are a subscriber, get other people to subscribe. I would love to have someone to win the prize. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And thanks for watching. I appreciate all of your comments. And remember, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. See you later. Bye-bye.